Well, hello everyone. You have right here is for the Matthew 2018 to talk about not for sale. And if anybody will want to word it, what does that basically mean when we say not for sale? Does it mean it's not been copyright permission yet, or if it's not up for marketing yet? But let's just say the situation were to be like is to where that if I were to be working on something, and you have right here as example right here of like a Mickey Mouse design right here, the way I went and drew the mouth and then the nose using the freehand right here. And whenever I was working on this, and let's just say that what does that not for sale usually mean? I say, yeah, has anybody ever thought of that to where while they were working on something, spend a couple of hours on something, and then it's like, yeah, that whenever it comes to the final print, because usually whenever stuff is printed out, that usually means that you're finished with it and it's ready to be displayed, maybe to the clients or anybody who's interested in looking at it. But still, though, that if I were to be working on this, and let's just say that somebody were to come up to me and ask me that, excuse me, how much do you want for that drawing right there, or how much do you want for that? And so let's just say that anything that I do, that usually that a lot of companies and businesses would say that you would go ahead and perform your dues whenever anybody who wants to buy it. And but let's just say that the main reason why I'm working on this is mainly about trying to get a better understanding, maybe just to provide artistic talent to where if I want to go ahead and use the pen right here to go ahead and draw the outlines right there, Mickey Mouse right here. I drew this right here. It was about a week before Christmas, something like that. Like a week before Christmas, I was working on this using a graphic notebook, but still, the way I drew the rest of the body right here, and then you're like wondering toward it. That's supposed to be Mickey Mouse right there, but let's just say if I were to be working at my desk right here, at my desk at school or in an office, and then I write on here, a future is born. So let's just say if everybody right here can see all this right here and thinking as to where, okay, what does that mean, or what's this all about? And so yeah, I guess you could say that a designer is going to go ahead and put whichever that they want to put, and then design whatever they want to design, and then it's like when other viewers, audiences, or whoever it is, managers, whenever they look at the work, and they're gonna say that okay, what does that mean, or what's this supposed to be? So it's like, yeah, what does it look like? It's Mickey Mouse, ain't it? It's like a little character that looks like Mickey Mouse, but you have right here, like for Mickey Mouse for 2018, and so the main reason why I do this activity talk about for not for sale. So let's just say the situation was as to where that people were wondering to where, oh, okay, I'm like, if you want to go ahead and try to sell anything, or maybe that you were working on something on your career, and anything that you're going to, what are you good at? And so let's just say that if you were working on something and there's somebody maybe see that, and then they're like wondering to where, okay, how much do you want for that design? I'm like, what? Like, you heard what I'm like, yeah, how much do you want for that? I'm like, well, it's not for sale. Like, well, why not? So, yeah, that how many of us, maybe per year, how many of us are going to maybe run into that situation to where that while you're working on something that, yeah, people want to buy it, that possibly that they're not going to see an ad in the paper, but what they're going to see is that what do we call that to where that we don't have our work up for market yet, but then there's people who are wanting to buy it, and what do we call that? Something unexpected or not originally planned, or not everything licensed yet. I'm like, so it seems like sometimes that maybe once every, maybe 10 times a year at the most, maybe 3 times a year, that you're going to have somebody that's going to want to buy something, maybe for some reason. And let's just say that whenever they meet you, and then they're going to say that, okay, well, how much do you want for that drawing? Well, the drawing is not for sale right now. But like they say, well, how come? Like, well, because I'm still working. So yeah, that other I guess if you want to call them clients, if it's going to be anybody who's wanting to come to an art sale, that they're going to see your work, and then yeah, you were working on this mainly because that it was something that you were trying to come up with, and yeah, what you did with the ears and the mouth and then the nose right here, and so you have people looking at it, and then you're like thinking toward that, okay, well, how much do you want for it? Like, and well, it's not for sale; it's actually for display right now. But so yeah, how do we handle that to where whenever you have people wanting to buy your work whenever it's not yet for sale? And has anybody asked me that before, to where that in order for people to buy your work, you really just got others for them to understand, especially. But I wrote this right here for Mickey Mouse right here for 2018 right here, using pen on paper, but using the Photoshop work right here. But the way I drew this right here, wrote this down, was kind of like from like back in the 1980s, that the way we would write Mickey, that we would put like an I right here, and this I looks like a little C right here, and then the I, and then the M. So how many of us have learned the exact type of writing skills back whenever we were young? Back whenever we were young, that we want to go ahead and try that, to where that we want to go ahead and pronounce, okay, the C and then the K. Does that mean K? Like, yeah, the C and the K. C and the K, and then the Y right here, but then the I and then the M. So on, especially on my first birthday, that I can remember that if you had a particular Disney character in mind, if you want to use Mickey or Pluto or maybe Goofy or Minnie Mouse or any character like that, but it's like for Mickey though. And I know that, like I say, that if anybody were to say that if you want to go ahead and do some work based on a Disney character, or maybe based on the Looney Tunes characters or something, that draw something freehand. If you want to go ahead and say it's like a Mickey Mouse, but then you for your own character perspective. So let's just say this right here was supposed to be like a expression right here of me right here working at my desk, and like I go ahead and draw a little example right there. That's supposed to be me right there with like a little mouse shaped look right there. But just thinking about it, as to where knowing about what's for sale.